Mosley, a senior journalism and mass communication student residing from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
I'm Quentin Rice, a junior public relations student from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
I'm Alana Covington, a junior with a concentration in multimedia from Charlotte.
And I'm Roy Leaper, a senior e-media major from Prince George's County, Maryland. So we're going to start off with a question that may be on the mind of many females.
Ooh-wee. That's
What
a
is
lot
the
of
perfect time to take it to the next level?
Wow. Let's get the male
Perfect
perspective.
time.
Yeah, let's get the
You
male
go first.
perspective, right?
I mean, personally, you know, a good time, I mean, I don't know, you don't want it to be too quick, but you know, you don't want it to be too long, because I mean, I can't really be doing all that waiting, but I mean, I can wait, don't get me wrong.
Okay, so how long is too long? Because you don't want it a day after you met a girl, but you don't want it a year after, per se, or does it depend on the woman?
It depends on the woman, because you kind of know, like, who's wifey and who's not. So if she's wifey, you take time. I say a month, 2 months. Then I can take it to the next level.
Okay, speaking of wifey, so Lana, you know, you heard about how Megan Good, she let her husband, he had to wait for her in order for them to get intimate, they had to get married. So how do you feel about that?
I agree with that.
See, that's Megan Good. Like, that's Megan Good. Like, she promised you that.
Let's set things clear. We're talking about meaning intimacy. So not just take it to the next level as in a relationship from being like friends, but taking it to the sexual. Okay.
Right.
Waiting until marriage, though?
Yeah, and I think waiting until marriage is, I think that's great, honestly.
It is great. You know, abstinence is the best policy.
Because, I mean, you have to, you want to learn who the person is, you know, and you don't want to just be doing it with somebody you thought was that person. It turns out he a convict and they're, you know what I'm saying?
That's gonna make you not have sex with them.
I mean, like a couple months in, y'all go on a couple of dates, you know, you meet friends.
And that's fine.
Right.
If you want it in a few months, if you want it a year later, like if you want it a year later, that'll show me like you really want it. But a few months,
you really like them.
Right.
If you wait a whole year, I know you're really feeling it.
You gotta be the one.
A whole year?
A whole year. I know you're really feeling it.
You know how long a whole year is? That's
365 days. And that is the perfect, that is fine.
So when you start that date? From the first date or when he get the number?
Right. That's a good question. That's a good question.
From the first date. From the first date.
That's a long time.
So what if you real busy and the first date don't even come till
like a month
after
later.
A few weeks, like, you know.
Okay, well then that's just how it's gonna happen.
So he gotta build up to the first date, then he gotta wait a whole nother 12 months.
I don't know, like realistically, like I said, first day inexcusable, but you give it some months, like a month or two. That's when you start to know a person. If y'all hang out in that span, y'all go on dates, y'all meet each other's friends, stuff like that.
But look, to be honest, I know some people that have said that they met somebody and, you know, they had their first night experience. You know,
that's
and they end up liking each other afterwards.
Right,
I mean,
the chemistry, like it depends.
Yeah,
like if you just click naturally, then it could speed up the process.
But what about like for girls? Like how long do you guys think is a good time to wait?
I mean, personally, I just look at how quick it goes, how quick it comes. If it comes real early, then I mean, I'm probably not gonna look at her as somebody that I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying, spend a lot of time with.
I agree.
If it comes real early, that's gonna leave guidelines to that being our only relationship.
Oh wow.
So
that is facts.
I mean, otherwise, I mean, if as long as it doesn't come real soon, you know.
Okay, so you keep talking about it being too early, but what about you're 3-4 months in and she's not ready yet. She's not comfortable.
I'm
like,
thinking she has a boyfriend. She has to
Nah,
boyfriend.
see, I'm not thinking that.
I'm
like,
thinking she got a boo or something.
If we've been
like,
talking for 3-4 months, you're
we?
mine. Like that's just
exactly.
Like
she got some.
3
got a
months.
boyfriend?
No.
3 months. I'm gonna be like, what you doing?
Are you serious?
Nah, I'm not. Come on, Q. That's messed up.
Yeah, yeah. And I don't have and you know, waiting. I mean, that's not a problem for me. Honestly, like waiting is definitely.
But girls can always wait longer. I mean, that's normal. That's normal. Like girls always be like, "That's nothing. You waited how long? What? That's nothing. I waited 3 years. What? 5 years.
Yeah, and that's true because I come
Why
across.
Why are you making that voice? Like,
I've come across that case, so
they be like,
I feel you on that.
We're in school. We are in school. We are in school, and we are only here for one thing. So, and if that happens to happen, then
come on now.
What? And I'm serious.
We're here for one thing.
We are here to get our education, and if that happens,
that's the basis.
Yeah,
but
that's
you
the
also
main
here to
thing.
meet people, network, and if someone comes along, you throw what God gives you, right? You catch the curveball.
Listen, I think waiting is perfect.
Yeah, sometimes you get a home run, but I mean, hey, sometimes you gotta bunt it and get in and get out.
No.
Okay.
Hey, right.
No.
Shake.
No.
I can't shake on it.
But no, that depends on the female because that's also morals, values, and standards.
Right.
So,
some women do not have morals, values, and standards.
Right. And you know what? My thing, I think the right people come because, it's none of them crazies that be trying to, so can I come up? No, you cannot come up.
Right.
You cannot. What are you talking? We can chill at a restaurant.
Why y'all gotta spend money on the first date?
I can pay for my own food, honestly.
You can take a walk in the park.
I can pay for my own food.
No. First date.
I can wait for
if you pay first date, that shows us like, oh, she's independent, like she got her own.
If she pay first date, she cashing for the rest of the relationship.
I'm not saying that.
Pain does not show that. For me, it shows that you're a gentleman. That it should mean something to you. Yes. Like you want to be a gentleman, you want to provide for me, so that'll progress in the relationship. You get what I'm saying?
I agree, but we in a new breed where people like, women will come to us like, I'm gonna pay this, I got this, and it's just like that's the eyebrow raise, like, oh.
Well, when I said I will pay for myself, honestly.
Oh, you pay for yourself?
For everybody else.
Okay, all right.
I got myself. Okay, so once you decide that it's time to take that relationship to the next level, we want to be sure that you are practicing safe sex. Coming up, learn tips on contraceptives that you can use and even how to properly put on a condom. So stay tuned. Welcome back to A Different View. Today we have Miss Lakeisha Owens, our health educator at the Triad Center. Thank you so much, Miss Lakeisha, for coming out and talking to us.
You're very welcome.
So she will be talking about safe sex, and as everyone should know, GHO is around the corner next week. So we definitely want everyone to practice safe sex. So please educate us about, safe sex.
Well, before I get into my little spiel, I want to first let all you guys know that sex is normal.
Right.
Okay, it's very taboo, but it's very normal. In the same way that you guys talk about sports and you talk about hair or basketball wives or hip hop love in LA, whatever it is, sex should be incorporated in those conversations as well. All right. But the biggest thing that you guys should remember, especially before GHO, is to wrap it up.
Please do.
Okay.
Wrap it up.
And what I have here in my hands are just some contraceptives and some forms of protection that are designed to help protect you against STIs such as HIV, syphilis, chlamydia, gonorrhea, herpes, genital warts, HPV, just to name a few. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is show you guys how to put on a condom.
Okay.
Is that okay?
That's fine.
Do you mind holding this demonstrator for me?
I'll hold it. Yes, I'll hold it.
Okay.
Whoa there.
So the first thing that you want to make sure the first thing that you want to make sure you do is check the date on your condom always, okay? Because just like your food, your chicken, your canned greens, whatever, is going to expire, right?
You want no expired condom now.
Exactly.
Right.
You need that 99.9% to work.
That's right. Amen. Hallelujah.
So now, does an expired condom, does that pop easily? Or?
It does break easily, and they're very dry when they're expired.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. And because I don't
For
know
ladies, you don't want that either.
Yeah. Also, males should be very, very careful about where they store their condoms. Wallets are the worst places to store your condoms.
Really?
Cars,
You didn't know
terrible places.
Wow.
Yeah, car. Never leave your condoms in a car.
Why you say that?
Because your car can overheat, and they can only withstand but so much heat.
Okay. So where's the perfect place to store your condoms?
In a dry, cool area. Preferably a closet, a drawer, your underwear drawer, your nightstand, because that's usually probably where you're going to get busy, right?
Easy
Somewhere
access.
like that. Easy access, exactly. But make sure that the area is cool and dry. Okay? You following me?
Yeah.
Cool. So after you purchase the condom and you store it in a dry and cool place, then you check the expiration date. So I'm going to look, this condom expires on October in the year of 2018, so I know I'm good to go.
And ladies, even though it's I'm sure you guys, it's late at night, hot, ready to go, make sure you look at the expiration date because that's important. Okay.
No, yeah, absolutely. No, you're absolutely right. I always encourage females to carry their own condoms. Oh. Just like I tell males carry condoms, females should do too. Okay. It doesn't make you a slut, a whore, jump off. The new thing is a thought. It doesn't make you a thought, okay? It makes you a responsible adult.
Okay. Amen.
Because sex is a very, very, very grown-up thing to do. Let me just sit those here. So if you look at the condom, I don't know if you guys can zoom in on the condom or what, no pressure, but there are certain like ribbed edges. Okay, that's an indication that that's where you can go ahead and tear. Okay. Most people don't know that.
So do you do it like on what was it, Love Don't Cost a Thing?
I have not seen that movie.
You haven't seen it?
I have not. With Nick Cannon and Christina Milian? No.
Yeah, he did it with the one hand.
I haven't seen that. Let me tell you about the one hand.
The one hand.
I get a lot of one-handed people coming in my office with that issue. What you should do is push your condom to the side and then open your condom.
Okay.
That's new.
Okay.
Okay? Because when you take your condom and you bite it, and you can put holes and tears in your condom.
Right.
Okay? And if you only have one, 9 times out of 10, you might hit her with, I'm gonna pull out right quick, or let me just stick the head in. You're hot and horny. You never know what happens.
You definitely don't want to do that.
Exactly. You don't want to do that. Okay?
I've heard the term raw dog or non-dog. We do not want to promote that here.
Right. Amen. Amen. So once you push your condom to the side and you opened it.
Right.
You slide your condom out. Okay? And analyze your condom. Don't take 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes analyzing it, but just analyze your condom. Because normally what will happen is your condom will already have the tip. Right. Excuse me, let me rephrase that. The tip of your condom will already be standing up, and that will let you know how to go about putting on your condom. Because what people normally do is they'll do something like that. And then when they realize, when they realize that it's on the wrong way, they flip it and then they put it on.
And then the pre-cum.
Exactly. The pre-cum is on there along with the other germs that you cannot see. Yeah. This is very important. Okay? If you have lubricant, and I always encourage everyone to use lubricant, a lot of females, there's a lot of stigma towards lube because a lot of females feel like, oh, I'm not wet, and all that other stuff that goes with the stereotypes is not true. Right. Lubricant actually helps to preserve your condom, and it stops it from breaking down.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. No Vaseline, no baby oil. Okay. So what a guy can do.
If you ever had a condom that got dry.
Exactly. So what a man can do then is take 2 drops of lube and squirt it in his condom. 2 drops only. You don't want too much.
You put it inside the condom?
You can put 2 drops of lube because most guys want that wet, warm feeling, which is why a lot of people have unprotected sex. Right? Right. So when you do that, then you pinch the tip of your condom, okay, and then you roll it down.
Roll it,
while still holding the tip of that condom.
Okay.
That's very important because what happens is if you don't do that, you have no air bubble, and then when the man ejaculates, the force is so strong that it can cause the condom to bust. But if you have that tip there, then you're all right. Okay? You have to make sure you roll out the excess air bubbles. That's very important.
Right.
Now, what are some HIV rates like that are on HBCUs compared to PWIs?
That is a great question. There was an article that was recently released by NIH, the National Institute of Health, and they're going to start doing a lot more scholarship and research around that correlation, because what we know for a fact is that black students who attend HBCUs don't engage in that many high-risk behaviors when compared to their white counterparts. Wow. However, they represent a larger proportion of individuals who are infected with either HIV, chlamydia, syphilis, etc. Exactly. So whereas we see a high number of STIs at HBCUs, we know that and I say ours, I'm a black woman, but we know for a fact that we are doing the right thing in terms of staying away from intravenous drugs or abusing alcohol, etc. So that raises a lot of questions, not only for myself, but my colleagues and my counterparts, because that's something that we're still trying to figure out, is why are the numbers so high? I have my own personal perceptions about that, but I cannot elaborate because we'll be here all day.
Right. Now, go ahead.
I was gonna say I have a question. So, I know as in like elementary school and middle school, they sometimes may teach to be protected when you have sex. But do you think that they should teach abstinence instead, or do you feel like they should teach sex?
From a personal and professional standpoint, I do think that abstinence leads to sex, because you can wait 10 years to have sex until you get married, but eventually you're going to get married. Right. So I do think that the overall message should be focused on safe sex. There's something called the ABC method of safe sex that I use in all my interactions, and it's ABC. A stands for abstinence.
All right.
B stands for be consistent in your condom use. Be monogamous with your partner. And the C is use them consistently and correctly.
Okay.
All right.
ABC method.
ABC method.
Now we have to wrap up. Thank you so much for coming here. But one more question. You know, what is the best advice that you would give to young adults that feel, you know, somewhat invincible to STDs, HIV/AIDS, and stuff like that?
I think that I would tell most young people to value themselves. I heard a lot of conversation about, you know, when's the right time to be intimate with someone, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And everyone has their own perceptions as to what is the best time. Right. However, I feel like as long as you value yourself, other people will learn how to value you as well. Therefore, you'll make the best decision possible. You'll make sure that you'll protect yourself, because you don't want to contract an STI. You'll make sure that your partner's protecting himself, because, you know, God forbid, if you had an STI, you don't want to pass it along to him. Right. You guys will make sure you guys go get tested together. Do it every 6 months and just have that open communication. But without that self-value, none of that could be possible. So you just have to value yourself, really. And be educated and get tested.
Right. Thank you so much, Miss Lakeisha, for coming on A Different View. We appreciate your...
We really do.
Yes, we appreciate all of this. So, up next is Girl Talk with Khadejah, and once again, stay tuned.
Thanks, Alana. Hello, and welcome to Girl Talk, where we empower self-love and positivity. So today, I wanted to bring awareness of 3 prominent women organizations on the campus of North Carolina A&T State University. So, today we have on the show the Sweetheart Passion Waiters. Hello. The Fabulous Najara Thomas. And the oh-so-awesome Janae Graham. Hey. All right, ladies, so can each of you state your position and talk about the organization that you're representing today?
Okay. So I'm Passion Raiders, president of Bombshells in Business. What we do is equip women with the skills and things that they need to obtain their dream job. We also help them brand themselves. So we help you appeal to the employer that you would like to work for someday.
And I'm Jara Thomas. I'm the Ladies of Excellence Secretary, and our organization is just about helping women with the business etiquette that they need to in and off campus and in the business world.
Hello, my name is Janae Graham. I serve as the PR social media chairperson for 100 Collegiate Women of NCAT, and we are solely about women empowerment, and we are here to be a safe haven for all the girls here on A&T's campus.
Wow, that's awesome. Okay, so what I hear is each organization, which you guys have in common, is women empowerment. So I ask each of you, what does women empowerment mean to you? What does it really mean to you? So I'll go first. So women empowerment means to me just uplifting women to, you know, boost their self-confidence and to be bold. Women empowerment is not going around bashing men, because we don't want to do that. We don't want to, you know, put men down, but we want everybody to come together and have peace. We want to uplift. So Passion, what does women empowerment really mean to you? Bombshells in Business.
I would have to say personally that women's empowerment means, of course, like you mentioned, instilling confidence in another female or another young woman, and also equipping a woman with the things she needs to feel beautiful, you know, because we're all beautiful just the way we are.
Yes, we are.
And women empowerment to me is about confidence and guidance. Definitely being able to guide with leadership and helping other women, not being stepping outside the box, not afraid to, hey, do you need help with this, or, you know, direction. So
I agree with both of them, and we actually just most recently had a program called the SWAN Series, which stands for Sophisticated Women Ascending Naturally, and that's exactly what it was. It was partnered with LOE as well, and it's exactly kind of what it was geared towards, just having women be comfortable with doing whatever you do, and we're here to support each other and, you know, uplift each other and doing whatever it is that we do, you know, so. It's a great program about that.
Whatever you do it well.
Well, it has
do you, boo?
Yeah.
Thanks so much for that, ladies. Okay, so an astounding statistic that I found from Dove researchers was that only 4% of women in the world consider themselves beautiful. Wow. That really hurts my heart. So I know a lot of women on campus, you know, they walk around, and I know some of them struggle with self-confidence. Like, you may see the most beautiful girl ever. You sit down, you talk to her, and, you know, if you really get close to her, I know I have some friends who are beautiful, like all of my friends are beautiful. So I hear them talk about, you know, they don't have a lot of self-confidence. So what does your organization, you know, how can it promote and boost your self-confidence? If I wanted to join, what could I get from it to gain my confidence?
Being comfortable with you. I didn't mean to go, but I would definitely say being comfortable with who you are. That's what we're about, you know, whatever, like I just said, whatever it is that you do it to the fullest, and you do you, and you be confident in it, you know what I'm saying? So that's definitely what 100 is about. We want to be a sisterhood to help empower each other, and if you a hairstylist, you're going to be the best hairstylist there is. You know?
That is right, girl.
Do you. And be confident in that.
Okay, and to me, I feel like, yes, being confident. Like with me, I know one of my insecurities was my legs. And a lot of things that I'm finding out, I hated being tall, but now I embrace
tall
it.
Girls winning because I would always hate to wear shorts because like, okay, my legs are so long.
Exactly. And I also noticed that a lot of insecurities come from physical. And I feel like if you can't find anything that you don't feel comfortable with on the outside, feel comfortable with your personality.
Exactly.
And
That's what makes you
personality is everything because it really what matters on the inside and outside. You can be the most, you know, Beyonce looking, but if your personality isn't straight, then it doesn't really matter because, you know, you want to be beautiful on the inside too.
And you want to shine from within.
Yeah, but I say it starts inside. I feel like you can have it all out here, but if this ain't together, then it just makes all this not look, you know, not as good as it is. So it's a good point. Definitely.
I think I'd have to say with Bombshells in Business, you know, relating this back to career readiness, we help you prepare for that interview. So when you step inside and you're about to be interviewed, we instill that confidence in you to say, hey, I can compete with my other counterparts. I'm ready, I'm prepared. This job is for me. And secondly, like Janae mentioned before, ownership. We really like to, you know, push people to own what they do. So if you do hair, then you make it a business. If you like to wash cars, make that a business. You know, own what you
nails,
do.
Anything, own what you do, and do it the way you want to do it best. Thank you so much for that, ladies. So now it's time for our do's and don'ts. A don't I want to touch on is don't compare yourself to anybody else. You are who you are for a reason, and no one can do you better than you.
Heck yeah.
That takes me to my first do, which is self-love. So whenever we don't love ourselves, we end up seeking the approval of others. And I see a lot of ladies sometimes get into relationships. They don't really love themselves, so they expect for somebody else to love them. So have any of you ladies ever, like, you know, have you ever went through this, like not loving yourself, or do you know a friend who might have not have a lot of self-love for themselves?
Definitely. And it actually, it's kind of crazy you say that because it's self-love kind of, if you don't love yourself enough, it kind of messes up how you love somebody else. So you can't really truly love somebody else without loving who you are.
Yes, that's why self-love is definitely the best love that you can have.
Yeah.
And you can't perform to the best of your ability if you don't love yourself either. So.
Because I know with me personally, I feel like I put a lot of people forward before myself. And I just feel like I can't help other people if I'm running on love. If I'm running on E, I can't help nobody else. And I can't see them smile. So definitely you have to love yourself. It is number one.
Yes.
Love the best love.
Yes. Thanks so much for tuning into Girl Talk. And I challenge you all to recognize your self-worth and what it is you want to love more about yourself. Stay tuned for next time where we talk about what would you do for the likes? Back to you, Mariah.
Time for question of the week, where we propose a question and we get the feedback from you guys. So our first question is a juicy one, and the question is it possible to have a long distance relationship in college?
Well, honestly, it did not work for me, but that's me, and I was in college, he was at a community college, and a community college versus a university is something totally different. So they never understood really like where I was coming from. They used to think I was just making up that I'm always busy and everything, but so it did not work for me.
Me personally, I don't know if it will work. If it does work, it has to be a lot of patience, great communication, and just like a really good understanding of where you both are. That's how it would work. But to my friends, it's hit or miss.
Yeah, it never worked for me personally. I mean, I've tried it a few times, but you know, it hasn't really worked for me. I mean, it's especially if you're somebody that has a lot going on, you kind of need. I mean, I'm the type of person I like to actually be around the person that I'm with. So I mean, the long distance and with my busy days, at the end of the day, I'd just rather be able to come chill with Bae. You know?
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. You need a physical being with you right there. You can't handle a phone call or Skype.
It's cool for a certain amount of time, but it's like, dang. Then I feel like the main thing is being committed. If you're gonna be committed in a long-term relationship, that's gonna be the hardest thing, because you can easily talk to somebody every night, but, you know what I'm saying, do your thing during the day. But, you know, that's not what you want out of a healthy relationship.
And then, like, for me, it's hard for me to talk on the phone and text. I don't like texting. I don't like talking on the phone. And it's
we
just
got
like,
a lot of those.
So it's just like, I like, you know, somebody actually being there, like Hugh said, and that my ex just wasn't with it, you know. So
okay, so let's see what everyone has to say after we posted it on Instagram. Jarrell, what were they saying on your?
All right, yeah, because my Instagram was booming last night. So
Instagram on fleek.
on fleek though. All right, one of my followers _care package go said yes. It just has to be a set time when you see the person. Temptation is difficult. That's the key word for anyone, no matter who you are. And what I took from that, I was like, temptation, we on this beautiful campus, see beautiful people every day. And it's tough. I'm gonna be real with you guys. I mean, I'm in general, but you
I think it depends on your mindset, because if I'm with somebody and I see somebody cute, I can be like, yeah, they're cute, but I have somebody. So I think whenever you see somebody cute, you have a different mindset when you're single and whenever you're with somebody. I don't know about
how your mind works. Like, if your mind is strong enough that you could be like, hey, yeah, you know, she cute, like, all right, and keep going. That's one thing. But if you kind of mentally weak, and it's just like,
but see, I feel like people need to assess themselves first sometimes too, because you know, you want to be the type of person that, you know, you don't want the person that you're dealing with to want anybody else, you know. I mean, looks is one thing, but you want to be that person to who you're messing with where they're like, they don't want anybody else, you know. And I mean, you want to get somebody to the point where they don't want anybody else, because I feel like that's the issue a lot of times with relationships, how they start off. People see somebody with a lot of people, but they don't want to be that person to make them drop everybody else.
That's true.
So, well, my Instagram wasn't booming last night. I don't know. But
you got the juice? You don't got the juice?
Quentin,
you got the juice.
Quentin had some on his.
I'll go on.
Quentin
let's
got
go to Quentin. Yeah, let's see what Quentin.
So,
thank you to my faithful followers.
Okay, so Hi Beautiful said definitely it just takes two 100% committed, loyal, honest people, and communication is a definite must.
True.
So, you know,
communication is very important. I was in a relationship where the communication got real shaky, and then it's like, if that's all that we have, I mean, if we can't keep that, then what do we have?
Exactly.
Steve Harvey.
And we need to have a little a button that says every time Mariah makes Steve Harvey ding.
Y'all better leave me alone. Steve Harvey says that even whenever you're married with someone, you should have a sit-down conversation. I think it's every 90 days whenever changes occur, because if changes occur, then your mindset changes. And he also says that men should date their wife. You should constantly be dating
their wife. I agree. Now, what is change? Because change
is like a new job, or change is like I don't know, whenever a new child or something like that, or even minor things that are changing, maybe menopause or something. I don't know, you know.
Exactly. So ladies, always date a man that has pep, potential, expanding powers, something like. I think that's it. I don't want to.
I've never heard of that.
I never heard of it either.
Yes, you have to date a man with pep. You know, somebody that has something going for himself. That's what me and the girls live by. So.
I live by that. Yeah, a lady with potential. Yeah,
exactly. And yeah, always look. You never know where your wife or your husband is looking for you or looking at you. So So make sure your stuff is.
I think with potential, you should look at what they're doing to reach their goals, because some people can say that they want to do this, but they're doing nothing to achieve that.
If you ain't putting in action, you ain't about it.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Talk is cheap.
Talk is cheap. So. Well, that's all we have for you today. Next time, find out exactly why different races come to HBCUs. Thank you so much for watching.